Hello, what is up guys? EvilDuoSarm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch that came to Black Desert on May 25th of 2022, go over all the important events as well as patch content, that way you don't miss a thing. This patch doesn't bring a ton of stuff, but it brings some really important and really awesome stuff. And yeah, quickly before we get into it, I am sorry that this video is a day late. I got stuck at work until 10 p.m. last night, and wasn't staying up to record a video, but hey, we're back and we are going to get started and not waste any more of your time. So yeah, let's go and let's start off with the events like we always do. And this patch only brings 2 events, which really is nothing too crazy. First one is an item drop rate buff of 50%. While you're out grinding, you can view this in-game by hovering over the little drop rate buff icon here at the top center of your screen. So nothing too crazy there. And the second event is just a set of new login rewards. So under the reward tab in the game, you will see a login reward tab, and you will have new loyal rewards. These loyal rewards are not as good as the ones that we had last month. And yeah, just overall, you know, kind of a letdown, I'm gonna lie, kind of a little bit of a letdown. And yeah, that's it for events, so now we're gonna move right on into the patch notes themselves, and the patch notes bring the ever-important, all-waited-for individual grinding zones. So it's the first thing they call out in the patch notes themselves, and yeah, basically what you're gonna do is navigate to any location that you want to grind at that has a special zone added for it. So these are the special zones: Cheer Ruins, Polly's Forest, Bloodwolf Sediment, Sherkan Necropolis, Road Sulphur Mine, Pilaku Jail, Mansham Forest, Forest Runhouse Area, Star's End, Sakurai Underwater Ruins, Jade Starlight Forest, Giving Razia Temple, Bragi Den, Swamp Fogan Habitat, Swamp Naga Habitat, Blood Monastery, and Orc Camp. Ugh! I almost made it. I almost did it. Bloody Monastery. But anyway, yeah, those are the locations. So the Elvia zones plus some of the more popular regular zones. If you go to the main rotation in those locations, you'll see a little pop-up on your screen. You can enter into the private grinding zone so long as the server that you on supports the private grinding. Now, if you are having difficulties locating the entry location for these various private grinding zones, if you press the escape key on the keyboard, go to the adventure tab, click on the Monsters Marnie's Realm here, private monster zone, you'll be able to see the pathing to each of these different locations. So these are all of the locations. You have an hour and 5 minutes a day. And yeah, if you click the icon, it will path you to where you have to go to enter into the private zone. But yeah, that's basically what's going on with those, so I'm definitely going to take advantage of those, just, you know, probably on the weekend during my live stream every single Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, so moving on to the next important thing, we have changes to monster zones. So first things first, the drop rate threshold has been increased to a maximum of 400% through all the different scrolls and buffs that you can apply to your character. And also there's a new system of like traits applied to a bunch of different grinding zones. So you have Aegir's Fever, which increases your efficiency of the Aegir's Fever use. Spectre's Energy, which increase the chance of dropping a Spectre's Energy, Caphra Stones for more Caphras, a buff for when you can't use item collection scrolls in a region, combat or skill XP buffs, and then other drop rate buffs for artifacts and whatnot. So the rest of this patch little period here goes through all the different zones that are in the game, as well as their increases or buffs that they receive due to these changes that they are adding to these spots, right? So like there's a lot of reading here. I'm not going to read all of these to you. Like it's a lot, okay? So if you have a favorite location that you like to grind at, you'll definitely want to hit Control F on this page and see what sort of buffs were applied to that grinding zone. But yeah, all in all, some interesting changes. Definitely want to take advantage of those or take a look at those. The next thing that's important here is an increase in the trash loot value for a bunch of spots. These spots are pretty much located in the Dregan as well as Camisylvia regions. So your favorite locations over in this region of the map. They're pretty substantial increases, like up to 4x for a lot of these, so definitely something to consider when you're deciding where you want to grind. Especially considering these other buffs that came into play. So really, check this out, take a look at this in a bit more detail. It's all linked in the description below. Next up, we have 2 Contribution EXP grinding quests that you can do that will give you Contribution EXP for killing 3,000 mobs either at Kadris or Schultz Garrison. These quests do not provide contribution points after 350 contribution points, so if you're above that, no reason for you to do it. But if you do like grinding at those spots and you're under those contribution points, make sure to pick up that quest. Next up, we have a change to Black Magic Crystals. Basically, they stack in your inventory now, so neat little feature. When you're out grinding, you don't have to take up inventory slots, save you some space. Next up, we have an increase to the item drop rate for the Ecology stat. If you don't know what this one is, it's the H key on the keyboard. And you see the Knowledge Ecology effect right here. So you have a current set of points, and it gives you an item drop rate. The new breakdown has been shown right here, so slight little buff to that. Additionally, there's a new 10% buff in the Family Fame bonus here once you get to 7,000 points for a total of 10% bonus drop rate, so I've almost got that locked up. And then that's pretty much it as far as important little drop rate buffs and things that impact the majority of players. So once again, check out these new zones, check out the new drops and all that good stuff. Events we already covered, like I said, there's only 2 events. Changes, only 1 little tweak to the Sage class, nothing too crazy there. As far as items and whatnot, also nothing too crazy going on in here. When you logged into the game, you had the option to choose a different UI. The new spring UI is the green UI. It's the UI that I'm using right now. If you don't like it, you can press the escape key on the keyboard, go to the settings option, click on the general settings tab, miscellaneous tab further down here, and you'll have the option to pick from any of the different UIs, so you can change them freely. And then otherwise, guys, nothing too crazy with this patch. So like I said, there's not a ton of content, but the content is big changes to the game. A lot of things people are going to love. If this video is going to help you here, guys, let me know. If you're going to take advantage of it, let me know. Let me know what you think of these changes. You excited about the private zones? You're upset about them? Yeah, let me know in the comments. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you at the next live stream, YouTube video, or wherever I happen to see you. Peace.